The fuck?
Whoa!
What the fuck? Hold on, man. You got a little bit too close. Welcome to the official Hop, Skip, and Jump podcast number 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
With me, I have. Looking at you, Bianca.
Oh, am I supposed to introduce myself?
Can you
Okay.
tell we're professionals?
Bianca, aka Cleopatra Royale.
And I am Adrian, aka the Grizzly Badger. How's it going?
And my name is Emil, and you can call me Sweet Omatic. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey.
First things first. How are you guys doing today?
Not too bad.
Confused.
It's the weekend.
Yeah, it is the weekend.
What are you confused about?
I have no idea what we're doing.
Oh, Emil has our setup. So we kind of
People
winging it
suck.
right now.
What kind of podcast is this? I'm so confused.
You gotta be confident in your
We're supposed
podcast.
to talk about.
Unique.
I am confident. Okay, first thing we're gonna
Leads
talk
big
about
things.
volcanoes.
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 Yes. Two major
So
ones.
we're gonna talk about the one in Hawaii first. So the one in Hawaii, turns out that the volcano erupted and it's like spewing lava in like people's houses.
Is that thing still going?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been going, but it's gotten like real worse. Like imagine if you're just sitting there in your house and a hole opens up in the ground and lava just comes out of it.
I thought it was like that big explosion. The last one, I think it was like a week ago. I thought hey, that's it, we're done.
No, it's still spewing lava.
Holy crap.
Spewing lava.
I think something like 600, 800 homes have been destroyed so far.
Holy shit.
A lot.
But I also heard something that the land area where it's currently at is not as big as like the news is making it out to seem.
Like what do you mean?
Wait, so they're like
Like-
the area where it's like lava's coming out right now, like
Right,
there
it's
aren't
not
homes
like
or something?
it's not taking over the whole line. It's like a smaller portion. Like it's not like as big as a land mass area that this lava is taking over. Like there's still tourists. People are actually touring the
No way.
lava areas. Like
You
there's people
could
taking
fucking
boats-
die. Let me take a
No,
selfie.
like seriously, there's people taking boats out to like the edge where the lava is coming into the ocean, and like they're far enough away where it's safe. But yeah, they're having like boat tours and.
Wow. We need to make some money right quick. Hold on. Holy shit.
Well, I guess that would make sense for business purposes.
It would.
Really.
Yeah.
Especially in
well.
Hawaii, where you get all types of people. I'm pretty sure the cost of living in Hawaii is high as fuck too.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
What is it, like $15? Like they made like $15 an hour in Hawaii. That means the cost of living is just like insane.
Yeah, and you gotta think they have to pay to like ship all kinds of shit over there, so that's like included in their tax and shit.
Yeah. So I guess it's like
It's all types.
so I guess a kind of a win. We're still making money, but at the same time
People are losing
we're losing our shit.
Yeah,
Wow. Capitalism.
gotta love it.
Wow.
Got
Capitalism at its finest.
Yeah, dude.
So I had to look this up. So it turns out minimum wage in Hawaii is $10.
Still,
Per
I think
hour.
it's better than a lot of places right now.
That is better than a lot of places.
But like you said,
Like-
the cost of living, I'm sure is
Cost of living is
Oh,
probably
crazy.
I bet it would be that much.
yeah, crazier than what the minimum wage shows. Because in Cali, like the national minimum wage is like $11, but in LA, it's like in San Fran, it's like $15 or $14.
Yeah.
It's like to live in San Francisco, it's like fucking insane. Like gas is like $7 dollars. Something.
$7 for gas. God.
Yeah.
Dude, it would be. Gas prices around here, it went up $1. in like a week.
A whole dollar.
Honestly,
$1,
would I
yeah.
pay
It
for
was like
gas?
it was like two some. It was like it had to be like 2.35, and now it's like 3.40.
I think
That
I might be like
motherfucker.
one of the few people who does not pay attention to gas prices when I go to get gas. Because I go to only two gas stations, one by my work and one by my house, and I just go to them no matter what, which is probably really bad.
Fill her
I
up.
should probably start paying attention to that.
Listen, sometimes you just don't even pay attention. You're right.
Mhm.
Honestly, it's
You
just
just
what's
want to go
closer to
home.
me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
if
oh,
I'm
I'm
on
on
if I'm
E.
yeah, if
I
I'm
gotta
on
get
E, I'm not gonna
gas.
look for the lowest. I'm gonna try to find some fucking gas. You're right about that.
Uh,
Okay.
I was like my dad always my dad raised me to like look at that fucking number up there. You see that shit? Depending on
That's
how
what he
high,
told you?
depending on
Just
how
like
high, no,
that.
no, depending on how high that motherfucker is, you only fill it up halfway.
Halfway.
Only half a tank of gas, half full. If it's like $2 back when it was like in 1990s, whatever, it's like you fill that motherfucker up right now because God knows this motherfucking number is gonna go up.
I remember being a kid, it was like $1 something.
It was. Those were the golden era. That was the
Yeah.
golden age of getting gas.
When
Were
I was
you-
a kid, I could buy a fucking Coca-Cola for 25 cents. That shit was.
That's what you born in 1950.
No, I was born in fucking 1990.
Where were you buying your cokes, bro? I got like 60 cents.
I think they were like $1.
$1. It's $1 now.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Or
it depends where you
75
live.
cents max. It was like, but that was like
A quarter.
off-brand soda that nobody heard of.
I guess it must depend on where you live.
Maybe.
Probably, yeah. But, God.
If I
I miss those times.
still can.
Oh,
I'm making it
man.
sound real far away.
How about now?
A little better.
You good.
Okay. So, back to topic, volcanoes. The one in Guatemala?
Yes.
Okay, that one is pretty disastrous.
El Volcán del Fuego. That's what I heard they call
Is
it.
that the name of it?
That's what
Oh,
they
I
call
thought
it.
the
El
name of the
Volcán del
volcano.
Fuego. Like, I wasn't being some fucking.
Fire.
That's what they call it. Yeah, that's what they. Oh shit, that's real fire coming out of that.
Alright.
Oh,
there's,
God.
there's a video where you can see someone racing by on a motorcycle, running from the actual like hot lava and ash smoke coming towards them. You can see like the unfortunate, like my condolences go out to the people that didn't make it out. But in the video, you can see people that got stuck in it and people running away, but they can't make it because they don't have motor vehicles or anything.
That's
Like,
kind of
it's-
wild.
I think yesterday I heard there was they did a story of a guy actually looking for an entire village of people.
Oh my god.
Oh
Like,
man,
they're just gone.
Apparently, the volcano, there was a village literally sitting right on the volcano, and it engulfed the entire village. The entire village was gone. Like everything, all the buildings, all of that, it was gone. It was just done. Like,
That's kind of crazy.
I mean,
to me, that's like
imagine
insane
just-
to think
You
about.
go to bed and then fucking volcano erupts. You probably don't even know. Like it's too late by the time you realize it.
oh dude, I think they started fucking, because I think there's a guy in charge of all that shit of the warnings for if case a volcano does go off, and apparently he was late. He was like, ah shit, I should have done that sooner, not did I? And now they want his ass fired.
Like
Oh
a
yeah, you better
government
get
worker?
fired.
Like a government worker?
Yeah, like a government worker.
Oh well, drop the ball on that one.
Yeah.
Fucked around.
Is there a way to? You can't really predict volcano eruption, can you? Or is it
Well,
just-
seismic activity coming from the volcano.
Okay.
It depends on what he said, the seismic activity, but most people will predict a volcano erupting, but it's like a long span of years. If it's gonna be a year or
Just don't know.
500 years.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
know when. And when that motherfucker goes, it's oh shit.
It's like all the West Coast is
Yeah, and
Have you
it's like the same thing with a lot of natural disasters. Like
Yeah,
earthquakes, like
earthquakes.
they
Yeah.
people they can tell you there's gonna be an earthquake right here, but they just can't tell you when it's gonna happen.
Mhm.
It's
hmm
just gonna happen.
things will go
Like,
down.
hmm that to me is it's just unfortunate. I feel pretty sorry for the people that got caught up in that.
It's just so quick too,
Yeah.
just like that,
It
gone.
is. It's just like that. Here, I'm
And
gonna see if
it's
I'm gonna try to see if I can find this video.
running.
This shit is. It's just a sad sight to see. But while I'm finding this video, let's talk about Bill Cosby.
Okay. So
Bill
found
Cosby.
guilty.
Mm.
So
So
apparently,
here's the ultimate question.
mm,
Do you think he did it?
absolutely. You don't get accused by like what 60 plus
Yeah, a
women
lot of
the
women.
same shit,
Yeah.
and then no, that yeah, no way did I do that. Like, okay, I understand maybe a handful may have wanted their 15 minutes of fame. Why for that? I don't know, but a majority, I'm sure, have experienced exactly the same thing that they all
hmm
say he did. So
I totally
Yeah.
agree.
I remember when I first heard of the fucking Bill Cosby, like he did, like I was like, he did what?
yeah, because he's
He's like, oh
suspected
my
from that man.
god.
He came off clean cut. Like
Yeah.
even in his comedy, like he really didn't curse much, I don't think.
hmm
And not even all of that, the man was just like a lot of people looked up to this man too.
Yeah, he was
I
a
thought he
cool
was a
guy.
man he could do no fucking wrong. He was like, this
He was
guy,
pudding pops.
Hard.
yeah, he fucking pudding pops, and kids say the darndest things.
Zippity zop, zoppity zoop zoop.
Zip zap zippity pop.
Your impressions are impeccable.
Hey. This man's accused of doing horrible things.
Yeah,
He did, and he
that's
definitely did those things. And I think it's insane. Like it would take, like I feel like if I was ever like raped, I feel like I would just come out right then and say it.
I guess, yeah, people
Just
support
like if I,
people supporting Bill Cosby. Like, why did the women decide this long to wait? Why didn't it just come out before?
see, I understand like you're scared and all that, but if you wait this long and then come out with it now, you're gonna have a harder chance than when it just happened recently.
hmm
Sure, because
Like,
they, yeah, like you said, people be like, why didn't you say anything then? But I think there's a lot of, when someone says like, oh yeah, I was sexually assaulted, it's like, it comes from like that he said, she said, there's no like, unless you saw something, you're basically going off that person's word of like, or if there's like any physical evidence that something happened, it's basically you're going off that person's word, like, yeah, this dude drugged me up and assaulted me.
hmm
But if there's no like bruising or anything like that, it could be like, how do we know it wasn't
Yeah,
consensual?
if it's not physically there,
Right.
be like, we can't, we don't know.
Yeah. And then of course you're dealing with somebody who's got a lot of money.
Oh
Who
yeah,
people
cover
probably
ups,
wouldn't suspect, like
hmm
firsthand, like Bill
Would
Cosby, no
not.
fucking way would he do something like that. Like
payoffs,
people,
and stuff
yeah.
like that.
So, there's that fear of like being judged.
Hmm.
Because I probably would feel hella judged if I had to come out and say like I was assaulted or something like that.
Like, oh,
Nobody
you're
wants
just a woman who just wants attention and money. That's all you
Yeah. Or
Something like
yeah,
that.
you don't
Trying
want
to
that
set it
stigma of
like
like,
easy.
ugh, that girl
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
got raped,
want. Yeah.
But yeah, these men kind of give these like false images of themselves where
hmm
like behind closed doors they're totally
They're
different people.
they're monsters. They just
Exactly. Hence why all
On
these
the
chicks
inside.
from
yeah.
all these other cases are coming out saying like, hey, this dude is a fucking creep
A lot.
and everybody needs to know about it.
That
Mm.
is true. Everything what you just said, I agree. 100%.
Success brings out the worst in anybody.
It's just it's a shame.
And it's just like hard to think about that all like it's been like years and years. What they said it was like what 30 20 something years. I'm just like,
Yeah, it was like in the 70s, I think, or something. 70s,
just like
80s.
sitting there living with this, like constantly all this built up
Mhm.
emotion, just
Mhm.
coming out and want to say something, until finally you just snap. You have to say something about it. You have to tell somebody.
Basically.
Oh crap.
I can't imagine doing something like that. I
And
lose my mind.
this came off of the whole Weinstein
Yeah.
accusations, right? Yeah, right. It's just a
Yeah.
snowball effect.
Pretty much. And you gotta think, like, as a band, like, I'll ask you guys,
Okay.
how, like, what compels a guy to, like, oh, I'm not just gonna, like, do it the old-fashioned way and try to, like, hit on a girl, get a girl to sleep with me. I'm gonna, like, do some wild shit, like drugging her. Like, is that some kind of, like, weird, I don't know, fantasy kind of thing, or is it just, like, a mental issue?
Man, what a question. Because, I don't think I ever thought about that before.
Because granted,
But
in
to think,
certain sexual
let me
situations,
see.
there's like things where women like to be dominated, but that's like with their consent or things like that, and men like to be like the dominator.
Yeah.
But it's usually two people are in agreement to
Okay.
like do that kind of thing. But when it's
I'm gonna
one-sided,
let me see. Let me think. If I was
Mm-hmm.
in the mind of a rapist right now, I'm sorry, I'm not a rapist. If I was in the mind of a rapist, to
yeah,
me, I think, all right, I think men are more sexually charged than women, in my
okay,
opinion, because
okay,
I feel like when it comes to like sex or like your sexual like feelings,
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
I feel like men have like a stronger urge to just stick his dick in something, you know.
okay, okay,
Where like women, they can just like, oh, I can just like fucking touch myself or something. Like there's literally men out there with pride that they're not gonna masturbate. They only fuck. They're not gonna
yes,
masturbate, right?
yes,
So let's say you had 1,000 and quadrillion drinks, and you're drunk as fuck, and you're sexually charged, and you're talking to this girl, you're trying to spit your drunk game, but she's not having it, she's sober or whatever. But you really like find her attractive
mhm,
or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Your penis is gonna stand like a soldier, and you're gonna be like, I really want to fuck this girl right now. And your sexual emotion is just gonna take over. And you're gonna be like, you're just gonna black out, and you're just gonna do what the fuck you need to do
I gotta
in
have it.
order to fuck this girl right now.
I gotta
That
have
is
it right
that is
now.
how I think they look at it. But also there is some guys out there that are just so desperate that they have to just rape somebody. Like they have no game, no nothing. They got a little dick or something. They have to go rape somebody, something like that. Or
Yeah.
like,
Or
and I think that's like fucked up because like, damn, like you're just gonna go violate another human being because of your own desires
right.
and your
That's
desperation.
You're basically like mentally and emotionally, as well as physically, just ruining somebody
Hmm.
just for what? Like honestly, and I hear like crazy stories like here where I live of like these dudes assaulting like older ladies like in their 70s. I'm like, what the
what?
fuck? Like they
In
follow
their
them home and then
70s.
like when they're
70s.
yeah, they follow them to their homes and then like when they get to their door, they're just like kind of bum rush them and like sexually assault them. I'm like, what compels you? This like older woman, not saying that she's decrepit or anything like that, but still, you can probably visibly tell that she's fucking elderly,
Uh-huh.
and you gotta do something like that. Like,
What the hell?
what is
That's
going on
that.
in your brain where you're
That's
like,
just how
That
like
could probably be like some kind of thrill thing. Like,
I
I
don't
would think that's
know.
more like a fetish. Like it's a fetish of his. Like I want to bang old ladies, but I can't
Yeah, well,
pull old
bang an old
ladies.
lady who wants to bang you back.
that's
I
just,
know,
I've
but
never,
that's like
There's plenty of old ladies
that's
I'm sure who would
them.
love that.
Yeah,
probably,
probably a lot,
haven't been touched in years.
but
Kind of.
maybe not. Maybe not. That's to me. That's just like that's some. I can't fucking think about that. That type of shit makes me mad.
That's fucked.
Like
Ugh,
it's just,
very.
and they do like damn. And the thing is, it's just like it's like no mercy sometimes. So
Yeah.
like it would range from like a 10-year-old girl to like what you said, a 70-year-old woman.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm just like, you're just gonna go over there and stick your dick in everything? You fucked around and left this 10-year-old girl pregnant now. What
Left
the fuck
her
is she gonna do? You ruined
scarred and
her
everything.
life.
Her life is
You ruined
ruined,
her life.
and your ass
And
just
this is what pisses me the fuck off. You're fucking Bill Cosby, and you're telling me you have to drug somebody? You're fucking Bill
Right.
Cosby. Just throw that money around. You're gonna attract all types of people that want to fuck you back. What the fuck you got going on? Actually drugging somebody, and that's just
That's what I don't
stupid.
understand. Is Bill
It's
Cosby
just
as big as he was, doing all this? What was it? 60 something, 60,
Yeah, some insane number like that.
an insane number of times.
Mhm.
At some point, he thought to himself, "I'm fucking Bill Cosby. I could just do this." Who
Yeah.
fuck? Yeah, who the fuck can I believe? Some random woman or me, Bill Cosby?
Mhm. Mhm.
This is, I don't know.
Yes.
I hope you
Uh,
didn't think that, because that's absolutely dumb. That's the stupidest
I'm pretty
thing I've
sure
heard in
that
my life.
I'm pretty sure that went through his mind. I'm pretty sure someone told him like, "Hey, Bill, dude, you got what are you doing? You doing this shit again?" It's like, I don't care, dude. I'm Bill Cosby. Let's just go. Let's go to the club or something, or just forget about it. Forget about it. Like, don't worry about it. Like, what?
But you're Bill Cosby.
But I'm Bill
It's like
Cosby.
Michael Jackson walking around in public. It's just like, hey, it's me. I'm famous. I
I'm
can bang
famous. I could do
all
whatever
these
I
girls that
want.
want to bang me.
Yeah.
Hey, instead I'm gonna go rape this girl and ruin my career
hmm
in the future
Yeah.
because you're over here fucking. Oh my god, that is just stupid.
Kind
That
of
is-
sad. It's sad.
That's the type of shit that like. I don't know, man. That shit makes.
Now
me
here's the thing also that I don't understand. His wife is still on his side.
Yeah, that makes no
Hey.
sense.
She's like, till death do us part, for better or
Right.
worse. This is beyond worse. This is some all kinds. This is some new levels of fucked up.
Supposedly, I heard that not so much that she knew that he was drugging them, but she was like in agreement that, hey, you can mess around, but do it when I'm not in the house, kind of thing.
Oh, she gave her like you
I
her
think so.
permission.
That's
Like, you go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah,
What
you could
the
like get your jollies
fuck?
off, but I don't think she knew how he was getting his jollies off.
Oh my god.
So
You guys already knew what that was about. It had nothing to
What?
do with love. It was all about that money.
Oh my
Probably.
god.
If you're
Probably
having a
yeah.
certain
Just for the
lifestyle, you
cash,
put up with a
just
bunch of
cash.
shit just to live that.
Just put it with a bunch of shit. Hey, let me get $1,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Honey,
Fuck around,
I
no more than
I ran out of
1,000.
some cash. She says that as she fucking knocks on the door while he's banging some woman. He's like, I'm running out of money. I'm gonna get some money.
Cash.
Yeah, okay, go
Here's
ahead.
my credit card. It has
Yeah.
5,000 on it. Don't spend too much.
Oh
Boom,
my.
right
Yeah.
there.
I didn't know. I thought. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of famous relationships are, man. That's how like.
Yeah. Because like you
it's just the
honestly
other
like
half is
yeah,
in it for the
all
money.
these
You
chicks
think-
are like or dudes are throwing themselves at you. So yeah, the
Dude.
temptation is there. So I get someone's on the mic. You see?
His character. His character.
Slap myself in the face. Whoops.
What are those Turtle Beaches coming in again?
So, speaking of, bro, off target, fucking, I had to run to the store and grab me these cheap ass headphones because the ones that was breaking Bianca, they broke. They
Oh
broke.
god.
So I ran to the store and I grabbed these cheap ass headphones. What were we talking about?
Bill Cosby
We're
and
still
this
talking about
whole
Bill Cosby.
flaunting his wealth and his reputation.
Okay, we were talking. Okay, I remember. So we were talking about how most relationship these days, like celebrity-wise, it's all about the money, really.
Yes.
Like,
Especially
Like,
if they
let
marry
me-
somebody like kind of regular, for lack of a better
yeah,
word.
like regular, but they're fine as fuck. Like 6'9" and his girlfriend. His girlfriend's beautiful, but 6'9" looks like fucking someone pulled something out the trash.
Like
It's like, damn,
But
this
they-
girl's.
but she-
I wonder
they're
who
still
she's.
with her.
I wonder who
He
she's
looks
dating.
Like a fucking weird. You guys heard of Lil Uzi Vert?
No.
I've heard of him.
That
I'm
dude looks fucking weird.
I'm gonna look
He's
it
like
up
a
right now.
Put up a
weird
picture of
little
him.
dude.
There he is.
Uzi Vert.
He's like a weird looking little dude. Adrian, put up a picture of
Ooh.
Lil Uzi Vert right now.
There,
He's like a
there,
weird
yeah,
looking
there.
little dude.
Ooh.
Ooh.
But look up his girlfriend.
Okay, Lil Uzi Vert girlfriend. Let's see. Hold on. Images. Jesus.
Whew.
You see her?
Ah, jeez. I wonder.
Brittany Renner?
It's her It's his personality that
I don't understand.
Dollar dollar.
You see what I'm saying, Bianca? It's that for the cash. For that shmoola.
Does he really have that much money?
Dude, he's like, all the kids love him.
I don't even know what he sings.
You ever heard, oh, my friends are dead, push me to
Oh,
the
that's
edge.
him?
Yeah, yeah, that's him.
See, I don't even know who these people are.
Oh, my friend.
That's him, bro. That's Lil Uzi Vert.
Hey man, don't sing it so good because then I get copyrighted.
Dude, I think his net worth is like $4 million. The man makes more than Tyga.
That's ridiculous.
Oh my god.
All the kids love him.
No.
All the kids, all the little young girls love him, and all the little young boys want to be him.
I don't
Why?
understand why.
I mean, come on, man. If you're like a kid these day and age where you're just ignorant and your parents never raised you right, no offense to the kids that are raised right, but for you badass little motherfuckers that's out there, parents are fucking need to spank the shit out of you.
You really, I mean, they need to do something.
Listen, if you grew up in a house with no discipline, you are probably spoiled as fuck.
Yeah.
Only spoiled,
I've-
but you
I've
probably
known.
like do whatever the fuck you want.
I know
Yeah,
some
no.
kids now are like that.
Badass motherfuckers, but not in a good way.
Like,
I think that's like why, like how you just gonna let your kid go out there and like do drugs because his favorite rapper told him to.
and
Like,
then you,
what?
and then you blame and then parents blame the rappers or blame whoever.
Man, blame the parents.
Exactly, blame the like.
You listen. Parents will do everything in their power to make it seem like that this is not my fault that my kid is doing this bad thing or is not in a bad way. The parents used to be like, oh, I didn't raise him like that. I don't know where he got that from. Yes, the fuck you did. You raised him just like that or her to do the same thing. Most kids that are bullied or most kids that are bullies are like they're like physically like abused or like mentally abused at home.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they go to school and they want to take it out on those kids because that's what their parents do to them. That's how they're raised to do it.
Yeah.
Just like that.
They just don't want to
Like
take
how-
responsibility for that shit.
They just don't. They don't ever want to take responsibility. Because I think the one thing I think that sucks about parents is just that like they put like love second for you. It's more like when you're a kid or you're like a teenager growing up, it's like you're a trophy. You're just trying to show off your kid to other people. and
Oh,
other
my
parents
kid did
and
this
all that.
today, or like my kid,
Yeah.
like my kid made varsity, or my kid made the honor roll.
Like I seen a picture of like this little kid and his parents bought him all types of clothes like fucking like $86 pairs Jordans and like fucking Polo Ralph Lauren shirt, Louis Vuitton bag.
Oh my
I'm
god.
just like, yeah, but you gotta realize it's a kid and you probably wouldn't even let that kid go outside and play in those clothes. You probably have to come straight home. You can't even go outside and play in the clothes that you buy for him because he's out there like you bought so much money trying to show your kid off at school and shit. You realize you're not even letting that kid be a kid. I think that's what also sucks. Most parents don't let their kids be kids.
I think it's a lot of paranoia too. Like
Hmm.
everything, we're so hyper aware of all the bad shit that's going on. Like all this, like oh your kid will get kidnapped and pedophilia and things
Oh.
like that. That stuff existed when we were kids too, but
Wasn't
there's
there
no,
like
there's
what-
still a sense of like innocence that we were allowed to like run around in the street and you know if we were back out for like few hours and back by dinner. Like nobody freaked out or anything like that.
Wasn't there like a thing like that came out on TV that would pop out and say, "Where's your kid?" or "Do you know where your son is?"
Yeah, it was like the 5 o'clock news. It's like
Yeah.
it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your
Do
children
you know
are?
where your kid is? I'm like, yeah, I'm right.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm like,
right
I'm sitting
here.
right next to my mom.
All the time.
Fuck you,
Listen.
TV.
All the time. That's just like, listen, man. That's like back in the day though, it's just like my parents had to force me to come inside. Nowadays, it's like parents have to force their kids to go outside.
Yes.
Get off
Oh
the
my God, I
phone.
used to love playing outside, especially in summertime.
Oh God,
Like since I lived in a dead end street and there's happened to be a bunch of kids my
Cul-de-sac.
age.
Oh
Yes.
shit.
I like calling it a dead end street. Sounds cooler.
Oh, that cool kid over
We
here.
Yeah. We would play like hide and go seek and manhunt like in the block at night.
Oh, cops and robbers or some shit like
Oh,
that.
man.
Like
Manhunt
with
was
walkie
the
talkies
shit.
and shit, and it would be so
Hell
much
yeah.
fun, but nobody freaked out. But like, where's my kid? Like, oh, they're just fucking playing tag right now.
Oh my
They're all
God.
outside. We can all see them.
Where's
My mom
little?
would sit out on the porch and watch me play with the other kids as the other
Yeah.
parents do.
Yeah.
They go talk to each other, go conversate with each other.
Mhm.
And all
You
of a
know-
sudden, my parents are friends with my friends' parents.
Uh-huh.
Now we have like dinners and shit. It was all fun back in the day, all fun and games. Like going outside was the shit.
Or like, or like with
It's just
when
like-
I was a kid, like my family was usually like close to one another. So like my cousin would pretty much live on the next block. You would just have to cross the alley to get to his house. And they would never be like, "Oh my God, where's my kid? Where's my son? Where's my son?" They'd just be like, they would yell out my name or like Adrian, and I just call back and it's like, "Come inside." Like, all right. They're not freaking out. You don't hear them running up and down the street. They know exactly where we were, what we were doing at all fucking times.
Mhm.
At all times. That is true. That is what I miss about
It should, and
being
it
a
should still
kid
be the
back in
same.
day.
There still should be a level of trust in letting your kid be a kid and going out and like riding their bikes with their friends and getting dirty. They're gonna
Mm.
get scratched up. You can't watch them 24/7 because kids will get hurt. It's just
They
part of
will.
life.
It's part of life that kids. See, that's what I don't get. It's just I remember I was at the playground with my daughter,
Mhm.
and I was just sitting there chilling, and my daughter fell off the slide and she started crying. I went over there, pat her on the head, she was fine. This lady's kid, her kid fell off the slide, and she freaked the fuck out. I'm talking, she was like, "Oh my God, my baby!" I was just like, "She's okay, she's okay." I'm sitting next to her, just like, "She's all right." All she did was just fall a little bit, scraped her knee. It's okay. You know how many times I scraped my knee? That was a fucking battlefield back in the day. It's like I came out of
Hell yeah,
Vietnam.
dude.
Bro, it was like,
Fucking,
I just feel like,
I
all the
remember.
Neosporin, put it on my arms and shit.
Oh my
Little
God.
spray.
Now-
Your merry way.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That was it. That
Go
was
your
it.
merry way, go.
Go play again.
Exactly.
got
Go back outside. You're
disinfect.
good.
God,
Yo,
you'll
you're
be alright,
good.
kid. Rub some dirt in it.
Tell you, man. Parents loved me out the house. Well, my mom did.
But now, technology has been so much integrated into everyone's life. The kids, most especially. It's just everything has to happen on it. You take away a kid's phone. I remember seeing a little kid, like they took away their iPhone. Now think about this. This fucking kid had to be like 8 years old. Do you know what the fuck I had when I was 8 years old? Fucking like Pokemon cards. That's what I had.
I had a fucking kite. I had a fucking
Exactly.
kite.
And this fucking kid was like, I want my iPhone. Give it back. He just fucking a tantrum. And the parents is like, all right, shut up, right here. All right, fine. Like, what?
Yeah.
Dude, and that's the one crazy thing about like kids is that they like kids. It's just like us. They follow trends.
They do follow trends.
Like if like Steve Jr. over here, like when I was young, like even though I love going outside or whatever, I had a friend and he had the Nintendo DS. I was just like, I fucking want a DS now. I'm gonna go to my parents. I'm gonna beg them for a DS, and my parents are gonna say no. Cool, whatever. I'll just buy one when I make my own money when I grow up, right? No,
Yeah.
kids. It's like parents spoil their kids to the point where the kid goes to school. He's a kid with the fucking iPad Deluxe 315. They go to
Yeah.
their parents and just like get me that, and the parents are like, okay, okay,
Okay,
what?
we're going right now. All right, or we'll
Right.
get it tomorrow. Like, no, now. Like, oh, fine. All right,
Now.
then they're off.
How are you taking orders from your own kid? It's your
I
I
don't.
don't
child.
think
You're
it's like
supposed to.
they're afraid to like have their kid be like the odd one out. So like, I get no parent
Man,
wants
I
their
was the
kid to
odd
be
one
like
out every
the weird
fucking year of
kid
school.
or the one who doesn't have like what the other kids have. But
Odd
like,
one out.
you can't always get what you want. I wanted a fucking uh video game thing. I what was it Sega. I wanted a Game Gear. I got the Game Gear, but that was after a whole lot of begging.
It was back when the fucking
Please give me this
PlayStation
Game
came out.
Please,
Exactly. Please give me this Game Gear.
I'll do the
But-
dishes for a year straight.
Yeah, it's like, but you
Yeah.
have to. I had to earn it. It wasn't just like given to me.
Yeah, I wasn't giving.
Yeah,
I
we-
had to do
we had to do that
chores,
shit
You know, I
too.
had to make sure my room was clean all the time.
Yep,
You know, I had to
that.
watch my behavior, so
Yeah.
it wasn't just like easy. Like, okay, you know,
Take
you're
out the
one who doesn't
trash
have,
and I'll give you $1.
Yeah.
You save that money and you can buy it yourself, I guess.
Mhm.
Or fucking make sure your goddamn grades are up, or else fucking
Yeah.
forget about that shit.
Exactly.
That's exactly how you're supposed to teach a kid,
Mhm.
like, how to like deal with the world. Because if you're sitting here and you spoil your kid, kid's gonna go out to the world and expect to be spoiled. They're gonna get fucking shitted
Oh,
on.
I see that so much around here nowadays. And it's like our generation too.
Who's doing
Like,
it?
yeah, like you personally learned about this lesson about a reward system. You do something and you get something for it. But here you are just like, ah, nah, fuck that. I'm just gonna give my kid whatever the fuck they want at the time.
Yeah.
It's like, what's wrong with you? Didn't your mom? I know your mom raised you because I was fucking there. But these kids, these parents now are like, just fuck it. Forget that.
Yeah.
It was the old ways. They didn't know what the fuck they were doing. I'm pretty sure they did. You turned out, I guess, somehow all right, but I guess not.
I think they're ass backwards.
Yeah.
But the thing is, man, sometimes you can't even like blame the kid for being raised like that.
Of course you can't. They
There's
have
No,
control over
the
that,
kids have
yeah.
no control
Like,
over it. It's all the
mostly-
parent.
All the parent, like, and sometimes you think you're treating your kid, you're raising them right, but then you realize in the future, like, shit.
Like, God, I wish I didn't get you that $1,000 iPhone.
Like, for example, like extreme extreme parents that like to discipline their kids, like to the
Yeah.
extreme.
Hmm.
Like I understand, like, let's say I asked my mom for the Nintendo. She said no and whatever, but then you said maybe if I do this and this, you'll get me it. So, you know, I did that, and that's all right. But then you got some parents out there that just won't get their kid anything because they're just like, hey, you don't need that.
You don't need
It's
it,
like-
yeah.
They'll say something like that, like, you don't need that. And then that's it. To me, that just, it also brings it back to, like, today's age where, like, grown people, like, let's say 18-year-olds and whatever, like, their parents taught them, like, I'm not going to get you this because you don't need it. Well, that kid is going to grow up, like, thinking, damn, I wish I had my own money so I could get that. So when they start
Right.
making their own money, they just don't know how to save money because they realize, hey, I have my own money now. I could go out and get everything I never got to have. Or
Yeah.
my parents never got to, like, get me or all that stuff.
Exactly.
Mm.
Like that's like ways like you don't want to spoil your kid, but you also just don't want to like get them anything. Too.
Sure.
And you gotta like
wanna be
balance
able
it
to-
out.
Yeah.
You want to
Because
keep it like in the middle.
Genuinely, people like if certain. Well, I shouldn't say everybody, but certain people like giving and making people happy by giving them things and.
Mhm.
But there is also a limitation where you have to realize that you can't always just
There's a fine
buy
line.
happiness. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a fine line between like good parenting and just
Yeah.
spoiled.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Like it's great to see your child smile on Christmas morning, but every day can't be Christmas morning.
No.
That's true. And the crazy thing, man, is just like I don't know, man. We got way too damn off topic. What the fuck? Let me look at my damn notepad. All right. We got.
Mini games.
Well, we didn't think about a mini game yet, but that's not my problem.
That's the editor's problem.
Yeah.
Shit, that's me.
you. But
You gotta
anyway.
mark the time on the video so you know
Ah,
like,
no.
stop it.
Okay. Let's play like a little mini game. Okay, I see a mini game that most people on podcasts do.
What's that?
What?
It's called Explain It to a Caveman.
A who fan?
Explain it to a
Explain
caveman.
it to a caveman. So we pretty much will
caveman.
get something. Yeah, we'll get something complicated to say,
Uh-huh.
and then like for example, like my friend texted me, but I didn't want my friend to text me, so I ignored the text. You have to explain that to a caveman.
You have to explain what actually texting is.
We
Oh,
gotta
Lord.
explain
Yeah,
what-
like all that. You gotta like, and then whoever
Uh-huh.
gave the best answer, we choose, and then bam, that's the winner.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll all do the same topic.
Yeah.
So just think about something.
Okay.
We'll try to explain that to a caveman. Could be about
Okay.
anything.
Oh my god.
Caveman, sir. Alright.
Caveman.
I received this message, but it wasn't given to me verbal. Is this like a intelligent caveman who understands verbally?
Is this like?
Okay.
Is this like a?
How do you hear college?
Is this like Oonga Boonga?
Exactly.
But he can understand what you're saying, okay?
Okay.
But you gotta like break down certain things.
Verbally.
Like he'll know what verbally means, but like who the fuck uses verbally anyway? Like damn.
I do. Okay, I use big words sometimes.
You're just gonna confuse the
Alright. Not
motherfucker
that
even
verbally
more.
is a big word.
Yeah, he'll probably just club you to death. He'll just be like the fuck.
Okay, so I received this message from my friend, right? However, he didn't actually speak it to me. He didn't write it down. He didn't tell anybody else to tell me it. So he sent it to me through a text message. Now you see,
Ooh.
text message
Ooh.
is a literal words that I can read on a screen. You don't know what a screen is. So, so that I can read. However,
What is
this
read?
person does not have to be in the same room, the same state, the same land area. He
He's a
could be
caveman.
hundreds.
The
He
fuck
could be
is a state?
hundreds of miles away, right? But he can send me a message, not by carrier pigeon, but he can send me a message and I can get it right here.
The caveman's eating his own
Then
shit.
It's a fucking caveman.
How
What
else do I
caveman-
take steps to
What
explaining
caveman
this
uses
shit?
carrier pigeon?
I'm
He's
just
like,
saying
what
there
the
are
fuck is a
birds.
carrier pigeon? He's looking at you with his hands up like, huh? The fuck is a carrier pigeon?
So,
It's a caveman.
so I had this text, a message, right?
Out this text.
Yeah, go on.
I'm literally pointing at my hand right now, like it's a fucking.
Ooh.
So I received this message.
Emil,
However,
I'm gonna need. Wait, Emil, I'm gonna need you to act as the caveman as I explain it to you. Alright?
Alright.
however, I don't want to answer him. So I'm just gonna leave this message here. There you go.
He's just gonna put your phone in front of him.
He's just like, ooh. And then proceeds to club you to death. That's just how it goes.
Oh my god. And
Alright,
scene.
Adrian.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
Just walk up to
K-pop sponge guard.
your your cave punch guard. All right, cave bro. Listen here. Me get message, right? All right.
God.
Me
Like,
message.
full sentences.
Me message. He's not gonna fucking understand. What the hell? What do you want from me? All right. Me get message from Magic Box. Right here. See
Ooh.
this? Look, right there, that's showing the text like these words. These show how we feel, cave bro. Easy there, easy there. Okay. What this is it tells me how my other bro is on far away. He's that way. He's over there.
Ooh.
It's just me pointing. All right, so this is how me and you like here. I just give him the thing.
Throw it back at you.
I just get here. Hold
That's
this.
it? You're done?
Hold this, bro. Hold this, bro. Like I'm gonna walk away and start yelling, "Cave, bro! Did you hear me?"
That's it.
He
That's it.
he runs away. Oh, the asshole took my phone.
Oh Lord.
Explaining
Wow.
it to a caveman is hard.
Yeah, man. That's what makes the game fun.
Oh my god.
All right. Let's see.
That's be something more simpler. We have to explain to him what a phone is. What a.
Okay. Listen, caveman.
Ooh.
Okay. I have this box,
Ooh.
and this box has the ability
Ooh.
to create words, and I can send those words in the wind, and somebody else who has
Ooh.
some other caveman who has the same box as me will catch that wind
Ooh.
of words, and it will display it on the box, and then I ignore it. Done.
Ooh. This motherfucker is just
Caveman would be
looking
like,
up.
"Why?"
This motherfucker's looking at you just like,
Or-
oh.
Why you ignore box? Bah, bah, bah. I feel like cavemen are violent.
Yeah, probably are.
Cavemen are violent. Either they don't know what the fuck is going on or just clubbing you. What the fuck? Who has a club?
Someone actually brought it out.
We have props in this game. Oh god.
Okay.
I probably give it to Bianca.
Yeah, it was a lot funnier. Bianca
Not
trying to
going
explain it.
Straight detail.
I
Intense
took it way
detail.
too seriously.
Sounds like you-
Had to put a carrier pigeon. Because cavemen clearly know
I
what that
figured
is.
they used carrier pigeons or something.
Do caveman what? Serious topic. Suicide.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
Suicide.
Big in the news, especially this week.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Two major people, you know, Kate Spade, Anthony Bourdain, just deciding
This is it?
life isn't good.
Wasn't it
So-
like on like weeks before? Like was it Vern Troyer died the same way, or did he have something else?
No, I think he just died of natural,
Oh, okay.
natural causes for him.
Well, who recently before these Bourdain?
Suicide?
Yeah.
Fucking Lincoln Park, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
And the other guy
mhm.
from Soundgarden was like not too long before him.
Yeah. What the hell, dude?
Yeah.
On
It's-
how do you first and foremost, how do you guys feel about suicide in general?
I think it's awful. I mean,
Terrible.
I mean,
I understand that
you would think it's
people-
terrible and awful, but how do you like feel about like the concept of somebody doing it? Like, if somebody came up to you talking about suicide, how would you even handle the problem?
I would do whatever I could possibly do to like talk them out of it, to just be like a lending ear to have them, you know, kind of vent or just have somebody to talk to
It's
try to
that's mostly the
'cause-
case. That's really the
Yeah,
case of that
'cause
shit.
really. I feel like that's the only thing you can do, because you can't just necessarily tell them, hey, don't do it, and they're gonna listen. Like, that's not how it works. And you can't, you know, there's nothing you could do to like, oh, you know, just go take a walk or something like that, or whatever. You kind of just have to look, whatever you need, I'm here. Like, please, like, reach out to me. And you have to reach out yourself to them and make sure they know that, you know, you're there.
Right.
because yeah, unless they really want to go about it themselves by like getting help or getting some kind of therapy or whatever, you really can only do so much, you know, other than just be there for them.
Hmm.
Mm, yeah.
Adrian, you feel the same way?
Um,
You
what
have
I
like a slight variation.
what I feel about like the whole concept of suicide
Yeah. And how would you
is
feel if someone came up to you talking about suicide?
uh I guess believe it or not, it's happened before to me.
Mm-hmm.
Back in high school, I had a
Mm.
friend who was just like down, just fucking hell, dude. It was terrible. Apparently, like I only figured out later, like when we were finishing high school, that this we had a little group, and he was in it with
Mhm.
me, and apparently I was the only one who in the group that actually liked the guy.
Really?
Yeah, they were all just fake. They're just faking it, like, oh, just like you still hang out with that guy, like what the fuck is wrong with it? Like, oh, dude, he sucked. Like
Mhm.
why? Like what the fuck?
Mhm.
And I remember walking home from school, he fucking just started talking about like him and it because he had his stepmom, and stuff. They didn't really like each other, and he was like, dude, it just sucks. Like she doesn't like me at all. Um, she cares more about her son because I think his dad remarried and had a kid with him.
Right.
And it's just me talking to this guy, and be like, dude, it's not fucking this is bullshit. Like that whole downer tone, and I
Yeah.
was like, I told myself like, what the fuck, dude? Like, this is the kind of stuff I only thought I heard like in TV shows. I never thought it was
Mhm.
like me personally be right there as the friend who is helping this dude not fucking end it, not do something he's
Right.
gonna regret, and pretty much that's what fucking happened. He's still fucking fine as of right now.
Right.
Like we've grown apart, but I've seen him around and shit. But I still remember that fucking point where like this guy could be dead if I didn't talk to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
If I was an
Right.
actually true friend, because apparently no one liked him, and I was the only fucking guy, I was confused. I was like, so why the fuck are you stringing this guy along? Why the fuck are you like,
Right.
oh yeah, we're buddies, but then they turn around and be like, yo, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the? Why'd you do that? Why are you doing that? And it's just kind of bullshit reasons that kind of get over let's see, how would I put it more severe than they actually are, because high
Mm-hmm.
school times, I mean, you this guy wanted to get accepted by everybody. He's like, oh dude,
Right,
I
right,
could be
right.
I can be your friend, I'll be your friend, all this stuff.
People like that probably didn't have a lot of friends growing up.
Yeah.
When they get like really accepted in the high school,
Mm-hmm. But
it's just like they're always like around people or trying to like
like to
be
those
with the
people,
crowd
like
or a
yeah,
follower.
yeah, for those people who are like that, like, oh dude, like, yeah, can I be your friend? Can I be your friend? You don't really have to do that. I don't understand why, like in high school, like you always have to be uh, friends with everybody. And like today, today you still hear about that shit. You hear about
Yeah.
kids fucking killing themselves because this girl said this or this guy kept bullying him, and now they're dead. And what does that get them? Just
Yeah.
like don't go chasing after that kind of shit, because you can either go both ways. Like one, like
Sure.
yeah, all right, we could be your friend, or the other one, it could be terrible. Like just like this guy. But
Mm.
firsthand, yeah, dude, like what the fuck? I can't believe this shit. Like how low can a person get for something that's like so,
In life.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. See, when think about suicide, my opinion, my honest opinion is when you're like, this goes out to people, like if you're ever just thinking about suicide and you think killing yourself will make the pain end, it doesn't end because when you kill yourself, you just bring the pain onto somebody else who would have cared for you.
You just pass it on.
But yet, you wouldn't have thought about that because it's just in your mind. It's just like your mind state is bad. There's always somebody out there that cares. Always. You can always find somebody. They have hotlines and all that for a reason. And, you know, like suicide is just a bad thing. It's just like, especially in a place like this, like in the United States, where suicide is kind of high. I would think in the United States, it's just like there wouldn't be a lot of like cases for that, but there's like plenty.
You know, it's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Committing suicide.
Yeah,
When
it kind of.
this is like honestly one of the best countries, despite fuck Donald Trump. It is one of the best countries you can, one of the best countries you could ever go to for cases like this, because there's always somebody out there that's gonna try to listen. You know,
Sure.
you can go and try to discover yourself, like I don't know, like go like discover religion, or you can go join a club. People will accept you. There's people that will accept you for who you are and what you do everywhere. You know, and that's just like you get to low moments in your life, like committing suicide. It's just bad, and sometimes you don't even know if someone's gonna commit suicide. Sometimes they just
don't.
put a smile on their face, and deep down inside they're really hurting, and they just won't tell
Yeah.
anybody because they feel like they're a burden, feel like they're a nuisance. You know,
Yep.
I think that's like the whole Robin Williams case. Like I didn't even know that man was just like that, like depressed at all.
Yeah.
Not
Because
even
he
close. Like,
he showed just like I'm a happy guy. Like, oh dude, I'm enjoying.
Hey,
I'm
I'm the
enjoying
genie.
life.
yeah. And then all of a sudden, just shit like that happens. It's like there was no case of depression, any of that. I didn't hear anything about that. All of a sudden, it was just in the news, suicide.
Oh, he died.
Exactly.
How? He killed himself. Like what?
Yeah.
And it's just like you can't like that's the thing to me. Like if you ever have thoughts on suicide, it's just like you have to tell somebody because thoughts on suicide is something you can't go through yourself.
No.
It is not
100%.
something you cannot go through yourself. As soon as you have thoughts about suicide, you have to tell somebody. I had to go through the same thing. I had to go to therapy. Because, you know, the same day I lost my best friend and then I divorced my wife in the same year. I was sad as fuck. As soon as I was thinking like that, man, I went to a therapist. I told my family. I told everything. It didn't even take me a week. I was already out of it. I was done. Came back to PlayStation. What's good, guys? It's a good old Happy Meal. I'm happy as fuck. You know? Like, there's always somebody out there that's gonna listen. Or, like, how sad, like, you know, you may feel. There's somebody out there that cares, you know? And you should never just, like, keep it to yourself. You should always just, like, always tell somebody, always, you know? Oh, fuck.
You alright over there?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm holding the club.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a baseball bat in my hands for
I'm
some
about to bonk depression out of here.
like a home run out of here.
Yeah.
Oof.
But anyway, my condolences go out to all the families that's caught in the hurricane, everyone that's going through suicide, and anybody that's out there going through sexual assault. Just tell somebody. You know, somebody will always listen to your problems.
Yeah. Even if it's a stranger. So
Even if it's a stranger. There's always somebody you can tell something about, and they'll listen. There's somebody out there. They got
Exactly.
suicide hotlines.
Yes.
But we ran out of topics to talk about, guys. So
So like that calls
We're
it.
gonna wrap it up on fucking suicide.
wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up. Oh shit.
That's why it was ending it like that. I was just like, you know,
We're ended on a heavy note.
Well,
condolences go
I'll
out
end
to
it
all
on
the families.
a lighter note.
All right.
It looks like please load. Hold on. That Golden State Warriors are champs once again.
What? Oh shit! Oh.
They got the sweep.
Oh, hold on.
no. I totally forgot that was today.
That was
Yeah.
today.
Ah,
Oh shit.
Final.
Damn.
Cavs 85. Golden State
Wait.
108.
Damn. It was
They
a sweep.
stomped them.
Golden State.
It was a sweep.
Motherfucker, dude. 108 to 85. See ya later. LeBron, dude. Goodbye.
Third. That's their third title in 4 years, man. The Warriors are
That's
going places.
insane. Insane.
That's
Third time the Spurs can't do
fucked,
that.
man.
Lakers. They're gonna beat the Lakers.
The Rakers?
The Rakers.
The Lackers, man. The Lackers.
Oh my
Yeah, the
god.
Lakers got 3 in a row, right?
Like for the streak you're talking about? Like us winning, like, title streak?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
Well, I know the titles. Well, recent title streak. I know the fucking Celtics went 7 years straight.
Oh, yeah,
lost
yeah,
one,
yeah.
and then went 8
Yeah.
more. But still, let's
Well-
go. All right, that's a better note. Anyway,
Hey, bring on the
My
LeBron
name-
memes. There they are, sweeping across the screen.
my name is Emil, aka Sweet-O-Matic.
I am Bianca, aka Cleopatra Royale.
I am the Adrian, aka the Grizzly Badger.
And we would like to
Later.
thank you for tuning in for the first podcast of HSJ. Thank you and goodbye.
We'll be more professional next time. Haha.
More definitely.
All right. Good show.